make the world smile and remain motivated. So let's give her a hand clap.
Thank you, Jazz. Good evening, good morning. It's evening, morning somewhere. I'm so happy to be here this morning. One of the things, I felt a little convicted when Jazz read my bio. It said 7 grown children. So what I want to share with you is this smile that I have currently wasn't always a smile. You know, we all go through challenges in life, and my 7 children was 8. But I lost a son due to violence, the same kind of violence that you see that is prevalent in our city. He was in Houston. One day we were talking, the next day my son was gone. I could have given up at that moment, but instead of giving up, and I did have my moments that depression seemed to want to set in, and I started questioning myself, you know, and trying to see, like, maybe I should have spoken to him more. Like, I didn't talk to him yesterday. What could I have done differently? Maybe he wouldn't have been where he was. You know, I started downplaying myself, trying to blame myself for what actually happened. How many of you have ever been in one of those kind of situations that something happened in your life and you begin to blame yourself for what happened? And so let me tell you what happens. We blame ourselves, and then we take that burden along with us, and we navigate throughout our life with that burden, right? We get that great new job, we build our families, we may get married, you know, we may have some successes, we also have some other challenges. We pick those challenges along with us, take it to work with us, take it to church with us, take it everywhere with us. And sometimes the goals that we placed before us ends up seeming like it's unreachable. Why is it unreachable? So recently, I learned that I was in my own way. There were so many things that I knew how to do, but wasn't successful completely with any one of them. I did a whole bunch of stuff, but I didn't focus on any one area. Yes, I felt accomplished with the youth in Big Buddy. Yes, I was able to empower lots of children, help teachers when they were having their moments that they just didn't know what to do, right? I was able to encourage parents when their kids just did not do right in school and they didn't know what to do. They were leaving work. I've been there, right? Leaving work, your job ready to fire you because you have to go and see about this kid who don't want to listen. I'm doing everything I can. I'm laying down the law. I'm punishing them. I'm reinforcing what they're supposed. I'm taking them to church. I'm calling the uncle, the dad, the somebody. Help me. I'm calling on my village. And still, things are not working out in my favor. Mental health, when we think of that, it can be so many factors. We used to look at mental health like it was something horrible, right? But every single person in this room and outside of this room deals with mental health at some point. Regardless whether or not they want to agree with it, they do. So I'm here to encourage each of you and also to make sure that you are well connected. Because if I would have had someone that was resourceful enough to want to share resources with me, I wouldn't have been treading my wheels, constantly trying to figure out what it was that God had for me to do, right? Sometimes in life, we're trying to figure that out, and we're doing things that make us feel so dark and not fulfilled. Going into a job that we hate going to, you know, waking up in a home we don't want to be in, going out into a community that we may not be as proud of, like, man, why do I have to, why did, you know? So what are we doing to change it? What are we doing to change our situations? At some point, we have to take control of our mental health, right? At some point, the buck has to stop. My grandma used to say that the buck stopped right here, right here. We hear people talk about generational curses and, I used to tell my kids this because I heard my grandparents say, you talk back to me, your day's gonna be short. Y'all remember them saying that? With a promise. My little sister used to be like, whatever. I used to be like, Lord, I don't want that to happen to me. That terrified me, okay? When you talk about trauma, that was traumatic for me. All right, so we're gonna talk about some things that I was able to observe throughout life that helped me to begin to walk in my purpose. I'm still not all the way there, but I know that I am here on this earth to serve, right? I know I'm here to serve. It's the one thing that makes me feel so fulfilled. It's the one thing that I know that I'm great at. That if someone asks me to do something, that I'm gonna do it, and I'm not only gonna just do it, however, I'm gonna do it as great as I know how to do it. How many of you know that that has been bumped down? But that is a gift, and that is lucrative. So I learned to take what it is that I'm great at and turn it into revenue. Loving on people. And sometimes we got to give something free. So that's the thing. Some of us feel we're in a place and I can't give back. I can't do that. I can't do that for free, right? But when you pour out, it's going to come back in. When you pour out, it's going to come back in. Don't let anybody tell you no other nonsense. When you give, it's going to come back. Okay? And so that is where our communities are limited. Sometimes, and I'm going back to being in our own way. We are in our own way when we won't help the sister or the brother next to us. But we're talking about sisters here today, right? We have to make ourselves available. Sometimes we have to stretch ourselves beyond our capacity. I'm gonna run late because I'm trying to catch this sale at the mall, right? And she need a ride, but I really want to get that dress. Why she always asking me to do stuff for her? But she really needs you, right? I'm gonna have to stand in this line. She gonna make me stand in this line. But today, I'm gonna make a decision that I'm gonna help my sister out, okay? She needs a ride to work. She's gonna lose her job. That's empowering each other. And I know this seems like just simple ABCs, but it's something that is not happening in our community. It's not happening. We hear that cliche, we are our brother's keeper, we are our sister's keeper. Are we truly keeping? Are we truly keeping? Today, I'm here to hold you accountable for keeping each other. And watch how we grow as a community, as parents, as wives, as sisters, right? As advocates. Each of you are advocate for something. Watch how we grow. This community, this city, this state, we're having so many issues. Some of our main issues are focused around people not caring about each other. That's the common denominator. We don't care about each other. So because we don't care about each other, we invade people's personal space. We take things that don't belong to us. We backbite. We're not reliable, responsible, caring, or loving, or supportive. We don't share resources. But today it could change. And it could change from each and every one of us in here. But first, we have to come to grips with what we're here on this earth to do. And so, how I'm going to make an impact to change is I'm going to be an open resource for every last one of you. There is an answer to every question. And even if I don't know it, I'm connected to enough people that I could get to that answer. But I just have to take a moment and be unselfish to be able to get the information to support my sister over here, or my sister over there, right, with her issue. And so today, I want to share with you some of the things that I wrote down that helped me along the way, that I began to abide by this year, really and truly, although it was a work in progress over the years, right? And I know I had a nice little bio. I was proud. I was like, oh, that's me. You go, girl. However, it was a work in progress, y'all. It was a work in progress. And even through some of those accomplishments, throughout all of those, I wasn't always happy, right? I wasn't always happy. I was happiest when, I will be honest, when I worked with the kids. I was overjoyed working with them in the community. It was the adults that wasn't coming together that made my job so difficult. And I complained about it instead of trying to do something about it. Oops. So let me share with you all what I wrote down that helped me mentally to be able to reach my goals. To say, I'm gonna become a certified life purpose coach so I can coach people and help them through difficult moments. I'm gonna be a committed, responsible citizen in our city. I'm gonna be reliable and a servant in my church consistently, right? Not expecting anything back, but pouring in because it is the right thing to do. That's hard. When you've got all the things, life gives you all the things. You can have the plan, you can have it all written down, and lo and behold, something is going to happen to hinder that plan. But when you are determined to be unstoppable, nothing and no one would stand in your way. My day, every day, is filled. There was a time 6-7 years ago that I said that I don't have room for nothing else. Going back to something Grandma said, and I never understood this until I got real grown. I feel I'm real grown now, right? I lived and I've been through some things. She said, people make provisions for what they want to do. The old people, the elderly people, like really of our elders, they were so wise. Not as much education, but so wise. So wise. Dig deep in your bag and look and think back to those things that our grandparents and great-grandparents and those elders have told us. I guarantee you can apply them now, because that spoke a mouthful. I didn't use it until just a few years ago when I said I didn't have no more room for anything. But the things I really needed to do or wanted to do, I figured it out. I went to arranging schedules. Wait, Beyonce concert. Okay, I want to go. Wait, I have something that weekend. Okay, wait. So I'm going to do this at 9. I'm going to do this. Picking up the phone, calling somebody, hey, can you pick up? Clearing the schedule up to make sure I could be where I need to be. Why can't we do this for the things that's going to make us successful? Instead, we say, I don't have time. I don't have time. It becomes excuses. And excuses brings us to a cycle that takes us to the darkest place, i.e., mental health issues. We began to feel and believe that we are not capable. We began to believe that we don't have the ability. We believe that we don't have the resources when they're right there. We just have to go search for them. They're there. We just haven't reached them yet, right? So I'm going to leave you with just a few things. Although we go through life and we haven't all been the best of the best all the time, we have to forgive ourselves for the things that we did not quite do so great. Be nice to yourself. Do something nice for yourself. Self-motivate first. Before somebody else can empower you, you have to do that for yourself. Find time for your own health. Exercise, even if it's 5 minutes a day, even if you take a walk with your earbuds on. Find time. Jig aerobics, dance if you like to dance. Find a way. This is the one right here, and it seems so cliche. Eat healthy. I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna say eat healthier, because that's the start, right? Eat healthier. The world wasn't created in a day, but you have to start somewhere. Find time to sleep well. I don't know about you, but if I don't get the full amount of sleep, the day is not gonna be good. I'm not gonna be most productive. If you wanna tackle the world like you are the boss, make sure you get your rest. Don't let anything interfere in it. Sleep well. Breathe deep. They gave a breathing exercise. When you feel anxiety on 10, take a moment. I don't care who's telling you, I need it right now. I need to breathe. De-escalate. Woo-saw. I call it a woo-saw moment. Okay? My husband does that when he sees that I'm anxious, he goes, and I'm like, ooh, okay, thank you for that. Connect with others. Sometimes, and I was guilty of that, man, I'm not all right. Because after you've been hurt so many times, it's hard for you to trust people, right? But you have to get past that. Push past your pain to get to your purpose. The trick is, you don't want to deal with it, so the trick is to consume you. But you have to push past it to get to where we need to be. Build those healthy connections, disconnect from those connections that are toxic. We have to. And if you can't do it by yourself, find an accountability person to help you along the way. Write down your ways to relax. If you're not doing it, write it down. I'm not getting churchy, but write the vision down, make it plain. Right? Write it down. This is what I want to do to relax. Your desires, whatever it is, write it down. Journal. Get a pretty one and you won't lose it. There you go. You're going to hold on to it. You're going to be like, where's my pretty notebook? Find support, but in finding that support, you can't expect something that you're not given. So be supportive. While you're looking for that support and you find that support, I'm going to support you and you're going to support me. We're going to help each other here, right? Find you a volunteer opportunity. Go to the local library for resources. When you walk in, there's an abundant amount of resources at the library. You never know what they're putting there. New businesses, new business opportunities, free classes, it's all right there. Take small steps. But most of all, remember who you are and that you can do anything that you set your mind to. You are not your past.